My name's Peter Cheek and I'm the farm manager for Godminster Farms. We're here on the outskirts of Bruton in Somerset. It's a 300 dairy cow organisation, growing crops as well, where we grow winter wheat, winter oats, spring barley. So the farm size, we're farming about 1,100 acres at the moment. Most of the crops go for the cows, and the oats go over the water to Ireland to a firm called Oats for milling. So this is our first attempt at growing a herbal ley and learning how to utilise it properly. So at the moment this is a rotational paddock system that we're running, and part of the trial is where the cows are now. They will graze that for maybe 3 days, and then they will come into this paddock and they'll only graze it for 2. So the idea is that this is going to be grazed 2/3 of the amount of time, and to see if by leaving it longer we get a better establishment of the herbs and the legumes. It's very interesting because the cows take to the herbal leys quite nicely. They don't seem to reject anything. They get round to it all eventually. So the rotation of this side of the farm is that it's a whole crop with a herbal ley underneath, or a perennial ryegrass clover ley that will stay down for 4 years. We will then plough that up and establish a spring crop, either oats, spring barley or spring wheat, that will go for feeding the cows, and then it will go back to the whole crop. The soil types vary. Over this side of the farm we're on some clay, and going up to some brash land, and up on the top we've got a sandy loam over clay. So this is the third part of our rotation. It starts off as a winter wheat crop, followed by winter oats, and we've now gone to a crop of vast and fast from Cotswold seeds. So it's really important that we make enough silage to feed our dairy cows, and vast and fast is great because it gives us one really big cut. We're cutting every 6 weeks. We cut the first week in May, and we try and get 4 cuts in. So as you can see, it's looking a bit sparse now, but we'll run this on, and late August we'll probably turn it into some bales for dry cow feed, and then we'll start some cultivation work on this. In September last year we used minimal cultivation, so it's a set of discs that we went over a couple of times, and then we went over with a vadostat and then flat rolled in, and then obviously had a winter through to establish. We put some slurry on in the early part of the spring, and then before cutting silage on about the 9th of May. So this is, as I said, is the third stage of 4-part rotation on the arable side. So this will be disked and then directly drilled in with winter oats. They'll be combined. We'll put a cover crop in to take it through that winter before establishing a pea barley undersown crop, which will be undersown with a red clover ley. That will stay down 3 years before starting the cycle of wheat, oats, fast and fast, and then probably oats again. So Godminster turned organic, fully organic, on the 1st of July 1999, and our milk was going to Wyke, who were making cheese, and it was decided that we would like to venture into the cheese market ourselves. So we got Wyke to start making cheese on behalf of Godminster, and we then started branding the product, and here we are 20 years later with quite a successful brand.